The shadows of the day have grown long by the time Mr. Adoy returns from his journey to town. Approaching the field, he is pleased to see that it has been completely cleared of every stone, leaving behind furrows and mounds of dirt to plant his crops. Clicking his tongue at the ox, he pulls the cart to a clattering stop. From the high vantage point of his bench, he scans the surroundings looking for the children. Down by the river, he sees the girl gingerly rise from next to a tree and approach him with stiffness in her body. In one smooth motion, he hops off the cart to greet Lona.
You two have accomplished more than I could have imagined in such a short time.
That's not all, Master Adoy. Look at what else I've done.
Lona approaches a large stone at the edge of the field. Stepping forward with one foot and placing her hands on the stone, she pushes with all of her might, her muscles straining against its weight.
Ha ha! Lona, I can see by the quivering of your limbs that you have pushed your body beyond its limits.
He reaches his fingers into a pouch attached to his belt, removing a small green bean and presents it to her.
Take this and eat it. It will help your strength return.
Master Adoy, that's an awful small bean. How's that gonna help?
It is you who calls me master. Don't you trust me?
She shrugs her shoulders and takes the bean, crushing it between her teeth. A burst of sweetness relieves her thirst, followed by a warmth that radiates from her belly out to her limbs. Flexing her muscles, she feels that the fatigue that once gripped her body is now gone. Seeing the surprise on her face, Mr. Adoy tells her,
Try again.
Lona approaches the boulder once again and pushes. This time, the weight of the stone responds to her will, rolling out of the way and allowing water to flow into the field.
Wow, Master Adoy, that rock seemed lighter than the first time I moved it.
Truly amazing. Ingenuity inspired by imagination. Where is Corbat? You have both worked so hard, I wish to make you dinner.
Actually, I'm not sure. He took a break shortly after we started, but he never returned.
What? You did this all on your own? Please, come inside and cool off.
As they approach the house, they are frozen in their tracks to the sound of growling and snarling. With surprise in his eyes, Mr. Adoy presses one finger against his lips and then mouths the word bear. He quietly approaches the door and then flings it open with his walking stick raised over his head, only to find the boy asleep at the table with the pitchers of lemonade and tea empty and strewn on the floor. With a crooked smile, Mr. Adoy interrupts Corbat's growling slumber, shouting, "Bear!" Startled awake, Corbat falls out of his chair and onto the floor.
Ha ha! Corbat, you hit the ground harder than the rocks I moved.
Boy, what has earned you the right to drain my pitchers and eat my cakes, leaving no refreshment for us?
I'm sorry, the day was hot and I was thirsty. Besides, I got up so early this morning that I had to skip breakfast.
A warrior should have the courtesy to put others before himself.
Pointing at Luna, he explains,
She has completed the garden by herself and strengthened her body in the process while you slept.
I'm stronger than her anyway. Maybe now she can challenge me.
A true warrior must have the modesty to know that, however strong, one can always become stronger. Come, let me show you.
With the children in tow, the master stops at the cart to grab a ball and then leads them around the house to a platform made of square stones arranged in a checkerboard pattern.
Yesterday, I noticed the two of you playing a game. Please, show me how it's done.
Corbat snatches the ball from the old man and turns to face Lona. I'm the best in the village, let me show you. The idea is to try to get the ball past your opponent. They get one bounce before they have to return it. Unexpectedly, he hurls the ball at Luna, who quickly brings up her hand to defend herself. She catches the ball and throws it back. Corbat slaps the ball before it bounces, sending it swiftly to Lona's right. Her feet respond more quickly than she had expected. Diving to the ball, she hits it just a second before it bounces, landing hard on her side. While she pushes herself to her feet, Corbat runs to the ball and kicks it high over Lona's head. He laughs as he sees her scrambling to her feet, but then she jumps. Her legs' newfound strength launches her high into the air to swat the ball. She hits it with such force that it whizzes right past Corbat's head. Turning to catch it, it bounces off the tips of his fingers and rolls out of the stone square.
Ha ha! I beat you! I beat you, I beat you, I can't believe I beat you. Some champion you are. I'm the best in the village now.
Ha ha ha! Lona, you dance like a monkey crazy on soured berries. What did you win, young lady? A bag of gold or a sweet treat? Do not boast, for did he not win yesterday? Instead, congratulate him on a job well done. In fact, I believe that I am the winner for witnessing such an exciting game.
The master strokes his beard and gazes out to the field, pondering the work of the day.
The field is clear, so I will honor my word to train you. Now let us go back inside so I can prepare you a meal and you can reflect on the day's lesson.
Returning to the house, the children sat with the master and ate a huge meal, which they washed down with ox milk and honey. The children returned to the village before dark, said their farewells, and went home. Both were too excited to sleep that night.